Hello students, welcome to Silverbell's online teaching. Let us continue with the chapter Madam Rides the Bus. Today we will go with line-to-line explanation of the same chapter, part 2. In the previous video, we saw how Wali was interested. She was fascinated by the scene of the street, how the children were playing, and the bus which was traveling in each hour from her village to the town. And she was very much eager to travel by that bus. That much we have seen. Now let's see what happened further. As the sound came, a very small child who was shouting. So who was it? It's me, shouted Wali. I am the one who has to get on. So who stopped the bus? It was Wali herself, and she told that it's me, I am the one who has to get on. By now the bus had come to a stop and the conductor said, "Oh really? You don't say so?" "Yes, I simply have to go to town," said Wali, still standing outside the bus. "And here's my money." She showed him some coins. Okay, but first you must get on the bus," said the conductor, and he stretched out a hand to help her up. Now as usual, these kind of small children never travel alone. But here she is very much fascinated to travel by the bus, and so she told that, it's me, I am the one who has to get on. And then the bus stopped. Then conductor asked her that, "Oh really? You don't say so, you are really coming on the bus?" She told that, "Yes, I have to go to town." And she even showed the money she had brought, that "Take my money and let me get inside the bus." As she showed him some coins, then conductor told that, "Okay, you just first get inside the bus." And even he helped her out. He stretched out a hand to help her up, as she was very small. "Never mind," she said, "I can get on by myself." She didn't want even help of the conductor for getting up at the bus. She told that, "Never mind, I can get on myself. You don't have to help me." The conductor was a jolly sort, fond of joking. The conductor was a person of a jolly nature, and he liked this joke. He was a jolly person, so he was fond of joking also. "Oh, please don't be angry with me, my fine madam," he said. So in a very jolly mood, he told to the girl that, "Oh, please don't be angry with me, my fine madam." As she was very small, that's why he used this in the satirical way. "Here, have a seat right up there in front. Everybody move aside, please. Make way for madam." So he was making a joke of her, and he told that everybody move aside, let the madam come. It was a slack time of day, and there were only 6 or 7 passengers on the bus. So it was not a rush in the bus, only 6 to 7 passengers were in the bus. What is slack time? It means not the prime time. And that's the reason why there were very less passengers on the bus. They were all looking at Wali and laughing with the conductor, as conductor made a joke of the girl, as she was very small. That's why, that was the only reason. And so others also laughed looking at Wali. Wali was overcome with shyness. She felt shy at that time, as everybody was looking at her. Avoiding everyone's eyes, she walked quickly to an empty seat and sat down. So avoiding others looking at her, she just walked quickly to an empty seat as it was there, and she sat there. "May we start now, madam?" the conductor asked, smiling. Again now conductor was smiling, and he asked that, "May we start now, madam, as we must move on?" Then he blew his whistle twice, and the bus moved forward with a roar. And then he whistled twice, and then the bus started moving. It was a new bus, its outside painting a gleaming white with some green stripes along the bus. How was the bus? So it was painted a gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. It was a new bus. Inside the overhead bars, as the bars are there to keep our things over there, our purses over our luggage. So that overhead bars shone like silver. Directly in front of Wali, above the windshield, there was a beautiful clock. Inside the bus, there was a beautiful clock. It was above the windshield in front of Wali. The seats were soft and luxurious. Wali devoured everything with her eyes. Now as she is in the bus for the first time, she was looking everything very curiously. Devoured means she was enjoying each thing with her eyes. But when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas blind that covered the lower part of her window. Now as she looked outside, her view was cut from, and now she was looking outside the window. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. But what happened here? As she was very small, it was hard for her to look out of the window. It was covered with the canvas. So she has to stood up on the seat if she wanted to look outside. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. The bus was now going along the bank of a canal. Canal means a passway of water. Now bus was moving along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow. On one side there was the canal, and beyond it palm trees, grassland, distant mountains and the blue sky. So this is the description how it was outside the bus. One side there was a canal, while beyond it there were palm trees, grassland was there, and at distant place there were mountains, and the sky was very blue. On the other side was a deep ditch, and then acres and acres of green fields, green, green, green as far as the eye could see. So one side it was like that, while other side there was greenery. All over there were deep ditch and the green fields were there. Oh, it was all so wonderful. Suddenly she was startled by a voice. "Listen, child," said the voice. "You shouldn't stand like that. Sit down." So as she was enjoying the sceneries, she was standing on the seat in the bus. So the voice came, somebody told that, "Listen, child, you shouldn't stand like that, you just sit down." Sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken. Then she sat down and she looked at who told like that. It was an elderly man who had honestly been concerned for her, but she was annoyed by his attention. So when she saw it was an elderly man who was sitting inside, he was honestly been concerned as she was very small. He was concerned about her as she must not fall down. But she was annoyed. She didn't like his attention towards her. "There's nobody here who is a child," she said haughtily. So what she told that, "Don't call me a child, here is nobody a child. I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else." What she told that, "I have also paid money, you should not speak like that to me, I am not a child." The conductor chimed in, "Oh sir, but this is a very grown up madam." Now again conductor interfered in that matter, and he told that, "Sir, don't you know she is a grown up madam, she is not small. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone?" He was telling this in satirical way, in a jolly mood, that do you think a mere girl, a small girl would travel by her own and she would pay her own fare? Wali shot an angry glance at the conductor and said, "I am not a madam." So again Wali was angry with the conductor, and she told him that, "I am not a madam, don't call me madam. Please remember that. And you have not yet given me my ticket." "I will remember," the conductor said, mimicking her tone. So she told that, "I am not a madam, and remember that, and other thing that you have not given me my ticket till now." So the conductor, in her voice, in her tone, mimicking her, told that, "I will remember." Everyone laughed, and gradually Wali too joined in the laughter. So everybody, when they heard like that, a small girl talking to conductor like that, everybody started laughing. She also started laughing now. The conductor punched a ticket and handed it to her. The conductor gave her the ticket. "Just sit back and make yourself comfortable." He told that, "Sit properly and just make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat?" Now as we are counseling a small child, same like that conductor is telling her that you have paid money for the seat, no, then sit on it. "Why you are standing?" "Because I want to," she answered, standing up again. Again she stood up and told them, "Because I want to stand." "But if you stand on the seat, you may fall and hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hits a bump." Then conductor told that, "If you stand like that, you may fall and you may hurt yourself when the bus will make a sharp turn or hits a bump. That's why we want you to sit down, child." "I am not a child, I tell you," she said irritably. Then as he told him her again that's the reason we are telling you to sit down. She told that I am not a child, and she got irritated. Why they are calling me child again and again? I am 8 years old. Of course. How stupid of me, 8 years, my. The bus stopped, some new passengers got on, and the conductor got busy for a time. Afraid of losing her seat, Wali finally sat down. Now, as at the other stop, bus stopped and new passengers got on, she was afraid that somebody will sit on her place, so now she sat down. An elderly woman came and sat beside her. As the nearby seat was empty, one elderly woman came and sat beside her where she was sitting. Are you all alone, dear? She asked Wali as the bus started again. The elderly woman asked her that are you alone traveling? Wali found the woman absolutely repulsive. Such big holes she had in her earlobes and such ugly earrings in them. Here absolutely repulsive means something really disgusting which you don't like to see. So such big holes she was having in her earlobes and ugly earrings in them. So Wali didn't like this woman. And she could smell the betel nut the woman was chewing and see the betel juice that was threatening to spill over her lips at any moment. She was smelling badly with the betel nut as she was chewing that. And maybe it was a threat that maybe this betel juice will come out of her mouth. Ugh, who could be sociable with such a person? She thought like that. Oh, that how disgusting this woman is, and how a person would be social with such a person, how a person would talk with her. But as she had asked the question, then she told, yes, I am traveling alone. She answered curtly. Very fast and in short she answered, and I have got a ticket too. Yes, she is on her way to town, said the conductor. So she gave the answer like that, I am traveling alone and even I am having a ticket. So conductor joined her and told that yes, she is on her way to town, she is going to town with a 30 paise ticket. Oh, why don't you mind your own business, said Wali. Now Wali told to conductor, why don't you mind your own business, why are you interfering in my matters? But she laughed all the same and the conductor laughed too. While saying this, she laughed and conductor was also laughing. But the old woman went on with her drivel. Here drivel means nonsense. It means she was talking nonsense. She was asking such nonsense questions to her. What kind of questions she was asking? See, is it proper for such a young person to travel alone? That you are very small while you are traveling alone. It is not proper like that. Do you know exactly where you are going in town? What's the street? What's the house number? You needn't bother about me. I can take care of myself, Wali said, as she was asking such questions to her continuously. So Wali told her that you needn't bother about me, don't worry about me, that I will take care of myself. Turning her face towards the window and staring out, as she was enjoying to look outside and not to answer the woman, she just looked outside by giving such answer to her. So this was how the journey of Wali started in the bus. We'll keep up to here only. What further happened we'll see in the next video. Hope you understood this much. You just go through the chapter from the textbook, read it, revise it, and if you are having any doubt, you may call me. Thank you. Have a good day.